Japanese set to pull here. We've got Japanese look like they're the Buzz Bullets club we've seen over the years with a few add-ons, and the Canadians definitely a furious team. They've got 3 or 4 GOAT players over from Toronto, and we're underway here. First pull goes out, and we're in action. Break backhand to John Hassel on the far side. Hassel puts a flick up, has Oscar Pottinger. He fakes a flick, looks again, gets it center to 18. 18 puts a flick center back to John Hassel. Hassel moves it to the close sideline here, 11 with the disc. That's Andy Brown. Puts one up, knocked away. Put into play. 17 with the disc now. Just off of this close sideline. Centers to 29 with a flick. Another quick flick. Japanese love to move that disc quick, don't they?
They move it before Stahl even gets to 3 or 4 sometimes.
Lightning fast, some scintillating play to them. Not so much the big up and get a big man under. The Japanese don't rely on that, but they're not shy with the deep because the speed opens it up so much.
I actually thought it was interesting. Lou Burris posted on Sky, he was interviewing the Japanese about their positions. They don't even have a deep position. They have cutter and head.
It's going, it's fading. The disc is caught, but he's out of bounds. The Canadians are going to get the disc back here. More attention will be coming on with some more spectators coming from other games. Kirk Savage now with the disc. Fakes, flick, looks for that backhand, then puts a hammer to the other side. He's got his man wide open. Continuation, puts one up the center. John Hassel now with the disc. Nick Menzies goes deep but moves it onto the sideline to 98. Now 18 with the disc. Looks for the flick, backhand back to center. John Hassel moves it on. 11 now, continues to the other side. 25, Oscar Pottinger fakes the backhand. Looking for his flick. Puts an OI flick into the center. Moved on again. To the goal. Canada strikes first, 98 with the goal. That's Brendan Wong. Looking to put their first point on the board on their first offensive possession. Disc hits the ground. Japanese pick it up and get moving. Number 12 with the disc, center of the field at about the brick mark. Having a look. Stall count mounts. He jacks a big one. He's got a man. He's got a completion 5 meters out from the end zone now.
Not a bad look.
Shaking. Moves it to the far side. 11 fakes the backhand around. Number 2 with the disc now for Japan. Another centering pass. Number 12 looks for the flick, doesn't put it. Now dumps. 3 with the disc, looks for backhand. Gives the backhand far side of the field. Fakes backhand, looks flick. Japanese get it to within a meter of the goal here. Put it to number 12. He slides on the turf, gets the goal. And the Japanese put the pull up to the Canadian O-line. Number 11 with the disc at the brick spot now. Moves it upfield just a bit. 18, Nick Menzies. Moves the disc up to number 6 for Canada. Close sideline up to John Hassel. He fakes the flick to continue up the line and wisely centers back to Nick Menzies. He puts a backhand over top. 11 and a nice easy looking goal to John Hassel from Toronto, Ontario. Captain of GOAT there for years. Gets the goal for Canada. And here comes the pull, a big flat backhand. Gonna land just inside the end zone on the far side. Number 12. Now with the disc for Japan. Huck right away, 11's there. Jeff Lindquist on the chase, but not able to get there. Japan on the doorstep, backhand, and another goal, another quick one for the Japanese. That's number. And we're back. Japanese set to pull. Everything going to plan. Every offensive possession has scored. It's 2-2. That disc is floaty. Huge pull. That thing stayed up there forever. Build a house underneath it. 11 now for Canada. Canada O-line. Nick Menzies with the disc. Puts a backhand. John Hassel now. Back to number 11 for Canada.
And we're seeing bit of a poach defense here.
It is. It almost looks zony, but I think they're just playing a man off here, putting a man in the lane. It's maybe a bit of a straight-up mark while they've got Canada in their own end. Hands high now, preventing the hammer. Back to Hassel. Hassel gets it up the line. That's Pottinger, puts one up to the center. 91 on the far side. Fakes the big. Looking to come back. It's coming all the way over to John Hassel. Keeps his feet in. Looking for the flick. Doesn't have it right away. Backhand to Menzies towards the center. Menzies looking. Surveys options. Puts a backhand break to center. 11 far side now to 91.
Kurt Savage.
Kurt Savage with the disc. Savage to Pottinger. Pottinger puts a big one up. He's got a man. 98 there. Wong gets up. The greatest attempt. Looks like he was a bit too far there. Lead on the sideline.
Marked by Andrew Brown.
Puts a backhand pretty much to the same spot. And back to three. Almost to Callahan. But gets it on the very next throw.
Brilliant defense by Canada.
Great defensive effort.
And we almost saw that Callahan there.
It's Kirk Savage in the end with the goal for Canada. 3-2. You can hide stuff in there, I'm certain. Another massive pull up behind the Japanese sky there, in front of the Japanese sky, rather, that we're seeing. It's in front of what would be a hose stack there, maybe a bit of an ISO for number 3. And the Canadians still running a man D. Japanese get a disc up line there, bit of a gainer to number 6. Number 6 surveying options, Adrian Yearwood on the mark. Number 2 now with the disc on the far sideline. Centers back, number 6 for Japan, fakes flick. Looks backhand, looks flick side again. It's very patient with the disc, not rushing anything, and the call made. Looks like it's a call upfield. Ooh, a little bit of finger pointing, but everybody's seems amicable enough.
That's Kurono there, number 6, getting a lot of touches. His handler just scored a point, actually, one of the last points.
He did. He's very efficient with that disc thus far in the game. Disc is in. 6 still looking. Puts a little pop up with the backhand to 12 in the same spot. Layout bid there by number 2 to keep it alive. 2-hand catch, 17. Far sideline for Japan. Flicks back to number 2. Dump pass. He fakes. Ooh, fakes the backhand. High release flick. Whoa! Almost a crab. I think he put it into his own foot and kicked it away.
There may be a call here. No, it's going to be a turn.
If there was, it was retracted. Canada rushes to pick the disc up. Yearwood cuts up line for him. Now back. 81 with the disc. That's Adrian Yearwood. Puts it to the far side. 12 in the middle now. Big flick goes up. Gonna have too much on it though. Canadians will have to play a bit more defense. 2 walks the disc into play for Japan. Puts a backhand upfield. Gets 5 meters on it. Fakes the backhand. Does number 6 and gets it across to 3. Puts it up to 6. 6 with the disc. Doing a lot of work. Like we mentioned, puts a big flick up. It's floating. He's got a man in the area. Could be there. Got to keep his feet. He does keep his feet. Canadian players are saying out.
Sideline is calling it out. He's not sure.
Could have been a straddle. There was definitely a foot in. Whether we had both feet in is the big question. It's been called out but sent back to Kurono. They're going to have to score again, the Japanese, to make 1 count. 29 now, puts a backhand up the far sideline to 11. Another one, shot to the end zone here. OI backhand, number 2. Can't quite get there. Disc sails out of bounds. Disc is back in. Canadians rush it to the line. Oh, sneaks one through. 33 waited for it. Big bid by 17 from Japan to get the D.
Huge layout D.
Number 12 now puts a backhand over top. He's got his man. Number 11 for the score for Japan. Here we go. Japanese pull goes up. Floating and landing. Collected and moved on to Kirk Savage. He looks back, gets it to 11. That's Andy Brown. Back to Hassel, back to Brown. Moves it forward to Oscar Pottinger. Now Andy Brown with the disc again. Fakes a backhand. Gives the flick to Pottinger. Oscar Pottinger. Moves it to Savage. Back to Oscar Pottinger, middle of the field. Tries to squeeze a backhand through the middle and gets himself a foul.
Fouled, yeah.
Oh, puts up a big OI flick, has a man in the corner, number 6, then moves it in onto the end zone. John Hassel catches the goal. Canada 4.
That's Andre Geilitz with the assist to John Hassel for this point.
4-3 Canada.
Hibbert just huge on D, really tall guy.
And launches a floaty pull. Going back the other way, but that's hanging up there forever again. Defense already down there before the disc lands. Scotty Nickel on the mark, while number 2 for Japan picks it up. Moves it on to 12, has 3 as he hits the deck and collects. Bit of contact there. Taps in. Backhand. Oh, gets in front, but his man bails him out. Corano, number 6. Travel called, though. Just take a step back and bail out his mate. Centered to 12. Backhand, centered again now. Upfield again to Corona. Puts a flick up. He's got a man deep. 11 there. Lindquist on D. Bids, but 11's got the goal. All knotted up again.
Try by Lindquist to lay out and get that D. Wasn't able to get there.
And Japanese pull goes up. Nice, beautiful pull again. Floaty, as we should expect in a game of this caliber. Canadians. Andy Brown. Centers to Savage. Oscar Pottinger. John Hassel. A lot of quick movement. A whole bunch of backhands there. Backhand again. Brown to Hassel. Fakes the flick. Puts one center to Pottinger. Pottinger puts the flick out this sideline to Wong. Wong fakes flick. Now backhands to Pottinger in the middle of the field.
This has been a Brown. Really effective handler set. Brown, Hassel, and
Savage and Pottinger both stepping in there. With Menzies, really every one of these Canadian touches seem just seamless. They all seem very easy. And I suppose that's the way they want it to look, as Menzies hops into the end zone, picks one up, and gets Canada's 5th goal. Massive pulls coming out of him. And another one there. We got the chopper coming in over top. Disc hits ground. Japanese picking up number 2 to 12. 12 now with the disc. Has a look, pop pass backwards, number 2 now. Centers to 3 for Japan. Number 3 has a look around. Canadian defense causing some difficulties in the early going here. But now lots of room. Thinks about the big one, gives the big one. He's got a man, he's got space. Number 12 picks up the disc.
Beautiful
Japanese
hug.
goal. And the pull goes up. Canadian O. Pick up the disc, ready to pick up the disc. That's Andy Brown now. Has the disc. Surveying options. Bit of contact. Foul called. Having a look now. Fakes the flick. Gives the backhand the other way. That's Menzies now with the disc. Menzies puts it up. Centered. Now to 96. Wong fakes. Ooh, and a bit of contact there. Takes him to the turf.
Bit of a change in the handlers. Menzies has stepped in as that far side handler.
Very effective so far is Menzies. Wong gets it to Hassel. Hassel's man goes down. He gets a bit of clearance. Pottinger puts it. Number 6 with the disc for Canada, far side. The rain's coming down a bit now as Menzies grabs the disc, fakes the flick, fakes again, puts an OI blade, hits his man right on the spot. Canada with another goal. E-frame getting in the way for the Japanese now, but still a tit-for-tat game here.
Yeah, I mean, strong defensive line, but they haven't been able to force many turnovers. The Japanese are just way too consistent.
That's it. No, the turnover is very hard to come by in a game like this, as should be expected. These offenses are well drilled, even when they do put up blades like that to a spot. These guys are just good enough to make that kind of stuff happen in a good offensive system. Number 2 now with the disc. Swings all the way to the other side. Japan's 11, centers to number 3. 3 gets it to 17 now, fakes the hammer. Pops it over.
And Canada now throwing a zone for the first time.
Which it looks like they've already melted out of, though. Just as you mentioned it, they changed things up. He's got a man in the spot here, plenty of room. Not in the end zone yet. 29 with the disc, puts one forward. Easy as pie. Number 6 with the goal for Japan. Number 9 runs up, delivers the pull. Very
And
similar
looking for the break.
Canadian O-line. That's Andy Brown who gets it from Savage. Andy Brown having a look. Stall count mounting a little bit now. Menzies bails him out with a beauty catch there. Now Menzies fakes the backhand. Gives the backhand to Savage. Canadians going backwards a bit for the last 3 or 4 throws here. And again, Savage to Menzies. Call on the play.
They pushed them all the way back into that end zone. Canada now looking to get out.
That's number 6 with a disc. Moves it to Hassel. Keeps his toes. Stays in. Hassel gives to Menzies. Menzies winds up. Delivers a big backhand. Number 6 in the area. Wong backing up a couple of Japanese.
And now we have Matsuno.
Matsuno.
We were just remarking we haven't seen him in the game yet, and that's his first big play with that defense in the end zone.
Great touch, a little man amongst a lot of timber there. He's 21 now for Japan. About to put it into play, still looking for that first throw. Gets it off in his own end zone, 88. To Matsuno again. Matsuno puts the flick to 21. He winds up, doesn't deliver, then puts a floaty one up. Canadian defender.
Huge for Galitz.
Galitz gets up and taketh away. There was a foul on the throw, and it's back to Japan's 21. He flicks forward to 9. 9 now puts a big one. It's low. It's going to be deed or not caught.
Now they're hooking it a bit.
Potentially a bit of fatigue setting in. Maybe they're just seeing a few options that are getting them a little bit of that end zone eyes.
Oh no!
Taken away on the end zone by Japanese number 9. He puts his pass in. Caught off balance, going away. Japanese get the first break of the game.
And they are going
7-6
ballistic.
for Japan. Look at them celebrating as though they've won the game with one break right now.
Risky hammer by Kirk Savage is just snatched out of the air for the near Callahan. The second one we've seen.
Great contest for that disc, but amazing play by number 9. Pull now. 29. Rips an OI. Lands center. And moved on. Andy Brown with the disc. Seeing a Japanese zone for the first time in the game. Pottinger with the disc. Puts a hammer. 33 now. Fakes the big flick up the line. Fakes the backhand now. And again, faking the flick and delivers a backhand to Andy Brown. Back to 33 on the sideline. A lot of little fakes. Now Pottinger, OI flick, has a man, has a touch, hits the ground. Japan gets the turn.
Looking a little bit too Blady.
Yep, but call on the play. Looks like Canada's going to get a second chance. Foul. Pottinger with the disc again. Let's see if he does it again. I didn't think so. 89 now with the disc for Canada. Fakes a backhand. Centers to Menzies. Back to 89. 89 to Menzies again. Puts it to the close sideline here. A lot of traffic from the Japanese sideline. 89 with the disc. Throws in for a nice easy backhand goal. Canada responds, but still needs a break.
And that it was Kevin Underhill, 89, to Mark Saraglia, 13 with the goal.
Score is 7-all. Break here. If they continue to trade here on out, it's Japan's game. Kicked dead by number 2, and he picks it up. Having a look, Canadian defense sets. Number 2 gives a backhand, moves about 5 meters up line to 11. He gives a backhand, close sideline. 17 is called for travel. Samashima fakes, wanted the backhand, then gives a backhand up line. Some help D from Canada, but doesn't get there. Now we got a floaty flick. It could go right at the back. It's caught, and it's in, rather. Number 12 for Japan gets the goal. Notified that we are back as the Japanese poll goes up.
Live on the air, and nothing sweeter than to watch Canada versus Japan.
That's it. No place I'd rather be than here in Sakai, Japan, watching my native Canadians play the hometown Japanese. It's the energy here is electric. The sidelines are animated. It's all happening. Pottinger's got the disc far side. Backhands to Menzies. Menzies moving around on that pivot foot, flicks back to Pottinger. Pottinger now moves it upfield, bit of a gainer. 91's got the disc. Put to Hassel, back over to Savage. Savage fakes, looking to put the scoop over top to Hassel. Hassel, surveying options, play stopped. They're poaching otherwise.
Right. Let's see what they'll set back up in.
Looks like he is meant to be on number 18, and he's got back on him. Pottinger with the disc, fakes the flick, gives the backhand. Hassel's got the disc. John Hassel from Toronto gives it to Pottinger. Back to John Hassel. Flicks far side, Andy Brown. Not quite far side, but that side of center. Backhand break across to Pottinger. Pop over top.
Suno with a hand on it.
Little wobble on that from the Matsuno hand. Kirk Savage moves it to Menzies. Menzies looks to go the other way and then flicks center. Almost in. Brendan Wong then puts it to Pottinger for the goal.
Vision.
Looking for a huge D to take half here, but Japan obviously want to walk this one in as per usual. Disc knocked down, move forward. Number 12 with the disc. Looks for the big one, does 29, then just flicks it up line for a 10-meter gain. 17 gives a backhand up line, has a man bid to his knees there. Number 2 has the disc, Japan. Look at pops one up, has a man on his backpack there.
And that's a foul.
Back in play. 12 fakes a little backhand. 29 cuts up line for him. He comes back to number 3 now. Look to give the disc to number 3, but Takahashi, that is number 3, and his play stops again. Adrian Yearwood on the disc, on the mark. Takahashi has a look, looks for the backhand, fakes it, pops a little backhand dump. Number 2 now for Japan, gives it back to Takahashi. Takahashi pops the 12, great bid by Aaron Luber, not quite there. Now we've got one in the end zone.
That's Kichikawa with the exist, and it's been called back.
They're going to have to do it again. So nice. Kichikawa looks backhand, wanted to go at line, now centers to Takahashi. Takahashi having a look, gets a flick around, it's up. There's time for Canadians to make defense, and now Canada with a chance to get their break back. Adrian Yearwood with the disc. Flicks far side, Oscar Pottinger now. Puts a big one up. Has a man, that's Hibbert. He's got a big man. Big man gets down, gets the disc. A meter out. Here comes the Canadian attack. Oh! A sloppy pass, but there's a foul on the play.
Oh,
there
was
contact
oh, no,
there,
no. There's going to be a bit of discussion here.
Looked, zone offense here. Stall 8. Oh! Stall 8, he has to crank it through traffic.
And that's not, it's coming back again.
Okay, about to put it back into play here. Oh, Menzies has a chance. A lot of bodies in the middle, but Japanese number 17 gets the disc in a lot of traffic.
Contact.
Defense happy, and we're into play. Has a look, puts a backhand to number 3. Takahashi puts one up to Kurono. Little shake and bake upstairs. Puts a backhand up the line. Has Takahashi. Takahashi centers to 12.
Kichikawa now, the disc.
Having a look at his options. Play slows down.
Here. This is the last point.
It's a big point here at halftime. If Canada. Oh! And he throws it right into Pottinger. I didn't even know if he knew he got that D.
Kashima trying to push that one through.
Now Oscar Pottinger moves it up to Lou. Lou has a look, fakes the flick. A bit of contact as the mark arrived, and he calls the foul. Is in. Lou having a look. Has a Pottinger cuts up line and then back. Then he push passes on stall 9. He gets it away to Pottinger. Pottinger now looks, puts it up line back to Aaron Lou. They're working up this sideline. He centered. Doesn't look that intimidating, I wouldn't say when you see him, but geez, watching him play, does he prove that little bit of stereotypical imagery wrong? Pottinger gets it across to Yearwood. Yearwood flicks forward to Menzies quickly. Menzies back to Yearwood. Yearwood fakes the flick. Yearwood, a young fella out there, passes it to Aaron Lou. Back to Yearwood, under an arm nearly there. Menzies now with the disc, stoppage of play. Ready to have it checked back in. Oh, flicks it. He thought Yearwood was looking at him, but Yearwood just bolted up line, and that disc went to no one. Kurono now. Japan with a chance to take half. and continue to hold their break if they can score here. 29 for Japan. Flicks to Kurono. Kurono gets it to 2. Tanaka with the disc, puts a backhand, centering again from Takahashi to Kurono. 29 with the disc, backhand up the line. They're within 20 meters now in the red zone. Kurono jams one into space on that sideline there, tiny bit of space. Kurono now to Takahashi. Takahashi. Number 12. These players desperate for this point, both sides. 29 tries to go up line. Now he gets it back to Lou. Tanaka with Lou on him. Puts a big floaty flick. This could have a D on it. Yearwood gets up at 17, goes over top of everyone.
That is hops.
Saves the day, does 17 there for the possession. Kurono now moves it to 12. 12, the little jab fake there.
Kishikawa going all over the place.
Tanaka, beautiful layout there. Two-hander, picks it up.
That's the second time he's laid out to save a missed throw.
Tanaka, backhand into the end zone. Nobody there but Hibbert. That's not the guy he's looking for. But it looks like... No, there's not a call on the play. Oh, yes, there is. Sorry. Call. Tapped into play. Fakes the flick, looks for the backhand break, gets it with a bid on. Menzies does well to hang on, moves it up to number 9. 9 has a look now, looks to center, does with a backhand, just squeaks it into space. Menzies to Pottinger, Pottinger jacks it. 4, oh, with a chance, but gets underneath his bid. We're in play now, fakes a backhand, looks to flick break. Does put it up the flick side. He's got 17. Samishima, who had that huge grab earlier in this point. Now to 11, fakes a backhand. Back to Tanaka, 29 now with the disc. Kurono on this, this is Takahashi on this close sideline. Moves it to number 2, Tanaka. Puts a backhand up line, 29 now with the disc. Fakes, puts it center, 12 for Japan in the center of the field. Winds up, delivers a big one.
Hawk.
There's a few down there. Hibbert looks the biggest, and he gets that big swatting arm on the disc. Canada with one more chance. Disc into play, fakes a backhand. Gives the backhand. He's got Aaron Liu. Puts it up line. Great grab by Menzies. Jacks one. He's got number 4 going deep. We've got a contest. 11 for Japan. Both get up. 11 able to get it out off the Mac. A lot of pointing, but it looks... Not sure if that's going to stand as is. We'll play on with the turnover.
And that was just...
Much to the chagrin of the Canadians.
Sure.
Number 11 now with the disc. Moves it to 12 in the middle of the field. 12 now, pops one up to Tanaka. Tanaka having a look. Bit of contact, hand up.
Trouble called.
Pottinger orders him back a foot. Gets one into space. 12 hits the deck, but collects the disc. Number 12. Looking at options. Cuts coming upfield. Into space there.
Little bit of contact. Oh no, we got an injury.
Oh, he grabs his ankle. A bit of joking around after the injury. Grabbing his ankle there.
Hey, Kendra, we good? Come on.
Number 19, ready to come in, gets himself jacked up, rips his jacket off. Couple big claps, and now at 19's got the disc. He's looking, gets it up line to Tanaka. Tanaka looks for the backhand, wasn't there, nothing there, now looks back, flick, it's up. Oh, great bid. Number 9 getting very physical with the Japanese, and 19 gets right back up with a shoulder in his chest.
And yes, getting a bit too physical here. That's the second injury on a player he was guarding.
And 19 fires back
care.
up. He's ready to play.
Oh, this is getting intense.
Oh,
this is ridiculous. This is not hockey.
Now we're going through bodies.
I'm sorry,
goes
but
through the
that
man.
is unbelievable.
That is getting awfully physical out there.
And some booing from the sidelines.
Hands on those discs. Kurono now for Japan. Fakes, puts it up. It's floaty. Number 12 gets it for Japan with Lou on the mark. Gives the backhand up. 17 now, far side, puts a big one up. It's moving quick. Oh, it moves away from 11. Canada, after that physical defense, get another turn. How long has this last point been going for now? 2 injuries. It's all happening at this point. And I'm delighted that I'm seeing it. A floaty one goes up. Hassel able to get up and down with it. Sorry, that's not Hassel. And now it's up in space. The Japanese there. Kurono takes care of business. Now 11. Having a look. Gets it back to Kurono. Kurono gets the flick up. It's a bit floaty, but 12's got it no problem. Lots of space. Another foul called. 12 floats one over. Gets past Hibbert. Kurono dumps it. Tanaka to number 12 here. 12 wanted to put it up 9, didn't. He's got Kurono again. Kurono drops to Takahashi now. Takahashi gets it to Tanaka with a big bid again from Menzies. Puts it to the end zone. Oh my goodness! It should have been a goal and it's dropped. Unbelievable.
And
then
Canada
put
will
the
hop
other
right
way
away.
to
They're
number
taking
9.
advantage.
He's got lots of time. He's got space. He's got a man on the far side, Adrian Yearwood. Now it's gone through his body.
I can't believe this.
Unbelievable, this stuff in a game of such magnitude. Two just sloppy drops. They're not going to be happy with those ones. Unbelievable. This point continues. Now 12 moves it forward. He puts it to 17. 17 threads it underneath, gets it to 12 in the middle of the field. He puts up a hammer. He's got a man. Japanese finally take the half.
What a point.
Unbelievable. We've seen it all here in the first half of action, and that said, we're only halfway there, Liam. We've got this is the start of, this could be a preview to the final, could be a preview to the semi. Who knows what we're going to get, but we're getting non-stop action out of the Canadians and the Japanese.
Worlds 2012, Team Canada, Team Japan. There is nowhere else I want to be right now.
It's all happening in second. And the Canadians, big number 33 gets his hand up. Andy Collins delivers a big old pull again. This one's floating. Coming down to the Japanese handler. Second half action now after an electric first half. The